Yeah! Welcome back to Grimnasty TV. The Silhouette Challenge is obviously an obligation of skinwalkers. So if you take a look at everybody doing the goddamn Silhouette Challenge, then you'll notice firstly is that they all have nice houses and that they all seem to be living the high life, and they mostly usually have snakes tattooed on them. And they all jump into the act of this untimely, like, what the hell? I didn't know that there was a such thing as a Silhouette Challenge that could take over the whole world by storm on Instagram. Yes, it happened all at once. So it's no mystery as to who these damn daywalkers are on Instagram. All right, so as you can see, it's the same background, same doorway situation, smoking, and all of that stuff. I wonder how long it took them to find this actor, because it's pretty close, but it's not as close. But you can see that the eyelids are exactly right. They got the eyelids right, but that's just makeup put on the face. So makes you wonder where they found her, And even this woman is an actor, because you can tell that she does not have those. What kind of legs are those legs? But she's got the like a trench coat situation or something like that covering up. Supposed to. John Bon Jovi looks like one of those kids that picks on you in school with the Jordache boots on and shit. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so I have come to the understanding that in this place, we don't know anything. Obviously, we are being observed because we're on some kind of like life trial or something. And these people, they know everything. So it's like we're the ones that are finding out what's going on. Pretty interesting. So if they know everything about us, what is it that they don't know is the question. Take a look at this MGMT video. As you can see, it looks exactly, this is the kids' video, okay? And it zooms out like this, twinkles on the body. Exactly the way I described it. Look at that. So this is like so right on the money that that it's hard to say that these encounters aren't real. You're gonna have a lot of people showing up and they're brand new, and they can't sway you in a different direction. They're gonna try to tell you something like they told me, or I'm gonna come to some kind of terms of shock, and questions are gonna be raised. And the specific questions that are being raised are over the one that, or the version or the attire that draws and raises questions, because we have such a simple understanding of life. And it's not this one. It's not David Bowie's China Girl. It's the same woman as a Chinese woman. Imagine that. I'll get back to that in a second. It is, I'm going to get back to this in a second. But it's this image here that is making everybody say, oh shit, something's not right. You know what I mean? Something's not right going on here. But it's the same woman, as you can see across the board. It doesn't matter what is being worn. It's the same being. Any race, any kind of color, pretty much. But again, and then here's her daughter right here. And you have to stop yourself and say, magic is like what we need, because we spend all of our lives working, and we're missing out on what's really supposed to be happening. And you have to kick yourself in the head, because you're like, what kind of legs are these? What is going on? Like, what is, like, what is going on? So she's like 25, 32, the daughter or something in that range. And then the mom is on the other mature spectrum, and there's no crow's feet. So you can't say that there's like an age bracket. You got to like create a range, and you just don't really know what the range is, because we're living and dying, we're growing old, and it's starting not to make sense anymore. It's starting to seem like, and I'm peering over there from time to time, and I'm seeing them, they're having the time of their lives over there. That's what I'm seeing, is that everybody over there is happy, smiling from ear to ear, happy as a motherfucker, and everybody's happy over there. And here I am working on molds and stuff, and I get this gesture of intuitiveness that tells me that why don't you just come over here and just make it easy for yourself over there. And I'm thinking, like, you know what, you're right. I should be going after the magic, because the magic is what we want. The magic is what is a part of our lives. We are magical beings, and we've been spending all of our lives working and shoveling dirt and stuff like that, thinking that there's nothing to see over there, and there's plenty to see over there. I can't even stop thinking about these two women. It makes me wonder, am I being a pig? Because I like both of them. I like both of them, and I don't know what to do with myself, because I have a layman understanding of relationships, and I think that I'm like doing one of them wrong or something. And then I think about this, and then I know why I have a reptilian woman in my life, because I'm not really meant to be with them. I'm not meant to be with a reptilian woman. And you imagine if it was a regular woman. I'm going through a lot of trials in my life. And even just last night, man, I had some patience tests. And my two bulldogs, I have two bulldogs. I thought it was a great idea to get them. And they were just the worst nightmares ever. They just piss all over your shit. They don't care. They're just fucking ornery as it gets. They don't want to do anything you tell them unless you got food for them. And you can't always have food for them all the damn time. So it's just like, that's part of my patience test. You know, I've got so many patience tests that seem to be happening, whether it's a mold or it's, weather effects. Woo! Oh my goodness, last night. But I didn't get too mad about it. All I did was figure out how to fix my problem. And then I became cool with it, and I realized it was a simulation of sorts. Yep. Why? Because a hatch to a bus that weighs almost 20 pounds cannot fly, I guess, 150 feet away unless the bus is moving. It just didn't make sense, and I couldn't find it anywhere through the storm with a flashlight. So it was like, I'm going to have to find another means to take care of this problem, and it's going to be a test of my patience to get through this. And I totally made it through, and I went to sleep, and I didn't go to sleep with a chip on my shoulder. I think I did pretty good. But I still feel like I'm just in need for some serious punishment, because I just don't seem to get it. Oh my goodness. What kind of fucking legs, bro? What kind of waist is that? Oh my God. It's like, what kind of eyes are those? Girl. See, and then it's like the whole society is made to like this. So you see these women all over the place. This is an Instagram, obviously, and our society is socially engineered to create like a food source out of ourselves. So we're supposed to be enticed by this. It's not supposed to raise an eyebrow as to normality taking its course within a farming system. And we get used to this, and we say, hey, you spend 20 years with somebody that looks like this, and when true love, I guess, comes along, you're kind of like, wait, you know what I mean? You're kind of just like off a little bit. So I think that there's like an elemental essence that has been kind of stolen from the mass of people, as far as like social engineered, like what is hot, what is not, what's cute and stuff like that. If you look a lot at the women in like Cosmopolitan, they're very, very skinny. Like they're so skinny. It's like there's no real in between that is really getting the limelight. There's like ultra skinny for the magazines, like super, super, super skinny, like anorexic skinny. And then there's the really robust, like overly thick, like super thick, supersized women, and it's very heavily put into our minds as to what is normal and what is to be adorned and find sexy and stuff like that in art. Yeah, so I figured out a lot of shit. Also, I've noticed is that everything is photonic. Like our ears is visual, seeing is believing. So phototonically, your eyes take on electrical perception, and so do your ears, and so does your brain. Your mouth isn't a part of the telepathy, so to speak, but still, when you speak out, your vocal cords are a vibration that it can be taken to a material form in a way, and I can see that the material on both sides of the spectrum, whether it be a layman or somebody that is on this side that is having fun, is phototonically either reduced or induced, and that is literally the whole of our simulation here. It's like a giant phototonic by way of sound and sight all together as one hub of itself. And once you have a hold of this, you can use the same phototonic ability to create manifestation of physical material. If that makes sense to you guys out there, ladies and gentlemen. So it's very interesting. This is, I probably will spend a little time making a master, model, something for a mass production. And then if I break this little thin piece of pineal gland casing that's up there, because it's got all this DNA activation happening and it's spreading everywhere, all over the fist. It looks like it's spreading like a virus. And in that area, as a matter of fact, I'll just make another video about that, and then that way we can kind of focus on one topic at a time here. But I'm literally on 2 topics now: amazing legs and how to get there. But yeah, as you can see, she's not a doppelganger. She's a very tough lady, and we don't know anything. And it is everything that happens for a reason. And no, see, there's my bulldogs testing my patience again. No, nope, you can't go in there. Nope, no. Good girl. As soon as I start talking about her, my patience is tested immediately. Makes me wonder if I'm going to go through any more patience tests. Probably so. There's a huge thing afoot, and it seems that as Godspeed, if you will, whatever speed that needs to be, that if this DNA activation keeps spreading like this, I might be on the verge of just breaking out in one way or another, and I need to be ready for it. And it seems like I'm on some kind of like a crash test, last minute, how patient are you scenario plan. It's all right. All right, so these instances seem to keep going, even though I notice that they are simulations, and that's okay because obviously it needs to work one way or another. So if I endure it, then I'm still learning, even though I know it's not, even though I know it's intentional or like a deliberate thing. So patience is a virtue. Patience is the biggest thing that I've needed to learn. If any of you start getting to a certain threshold in your sun gazing where you might be approached by any of these beings, and then you are somehow like welcomed in, maybe perhaps someday the same way I am being welcomed in, they're going to have some tests for you probably. They're probably, because I feel like I'm a foreign object over there. Like I'm a foreigner looking in, and I'm seeing a different world, a different series of lifestyles, and I just feel foreign. And I guess I just need to figure out, I don't know. I just need to like learn what this world is really about, I guess. I don't know. Because everything that we know is all revolving around us just being workers. And that's all we think we need to do is just work all the time. And we don't know how to have any fun, and we don't know how to do anything that is fun. We don't know magic. We don't know anything. And that's what we are. We're magical beings. So I hope you enjoyed this expose of this ranting in various topics. Onward we go through the fog, as always, because there's so much more to go and there's so much more to learn. And I've got so much more to yearn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So stay tuned, and as always, stay awake.